Ladies and gentlemen, gather close. Today, we talk about a thing as old as time, the silent, creeping consequence of betrayal. They thought they could play with fire and never feel the burn. They thought they could put you through hell, leave you bruised, broken, and walk away untouched, scot-free, laughing at the mess they left behind. But there's one little thing they forgot. What goes around always, always comes around. Imagine it. You trusted, you loved, you supported them, and in return you were met with lies, deceit, and actions that left you wounded in ways that only those who have been through betrayal truly understand. You felt small, doubted, even broken. Every day was a battle against the weight of their actions, and yet they walked away, thinking they had won, leaving you to pick up the pieces of your life. They never imagined that there would be a consequence, that life itself would hold them accountable for their choices. But let me tell you something. No one ever escapes the consequence of betraying someone who stood by them, who believed in them. There is a truth as old as humanity itself. When you wrong another, you will eventually face that same suffering. When they left you to struggle in pain, did they ever consider what you might be going through? No, because they only saw what served them. They went about their lives, acting as if you never mattered, as if your suffering didn't exist. And that, my friends, is where they made their fatal mistake. For there is a power greater than any human being, a force in the universe that always restores balance. While they laughed, life was already setting things into motion. Every wound they inflicted on you became a seed in their own journey, a reckoning they would have to face. It may not have happened right away. It may have seemed like they escaped untouched, but what they didn't realize was that they were sowing the seeds of their own suffering. Think back to those moments when you felt alone, when the pain they left you with felt unbearable, when every step was harder than the last and hope seemed just out of reach. You kept going. Day by day, you endured what they thought would destroy you. In those dark times, you didn't realize it, but you were growing stronger. You were learning resilience, developing a strength that they could never comprehend. They had no idea that while they were reveling in their freedom, you were transforming, becoming someone they could never break again. What they didn't know was that in trying to destroy you, they had only created a version of you that was far beyond anything they could handle. Because here's the thing, when life puts you through pain, it doesn't just leave you empty. It also fills you with wisdom, strength, and understanding that can't be taken away. The suffering they caused became the very fire that forged you, that made you someone unbreakable. And while they went about their lives, untouched and oblivious, they missed the fact that they had set into motion a power they couldn't control. They thought they had gotten away, but that's not how life works. Now, as you stand stronger than before, life is calling them to answer for what they did. And when they face that same pain, that same doubt and loneliness, they won't be prepared. Unlike you, they haven't built resilience. They haven't had to dig deep to find strength. They took the easy road, thinking there was no price to pay. But life has a way of balancing the scales, of making sure that every debt is repaid. And now, their time has come. Picture them now, feeling the same despair that once clouded your world, the same loneliness that haunted your nights. They're starting to understand what it feels like to be left in the cold, without support, without compassion. And as they wrestle with the weight of it all, perhaps they'll start to see the impact of their actions. Perhaps they'll finally understand the pain they caused, the scars they left on someone who once believed in them. And in that moment, they'll realize what you already know, that life has a way of bringing everything full circle. But this is not about revenge. Revenge would mean holding on to bitterness, but that's not where your strength lies. Your strength lies in letting go and walking away with a heart that is healed, that has grown stronger because of what you've been through. Justice, on the other hand, is different. Justice is life's natural order coming back around. You don't have to lift a finger or wish ill upon anyone. Life itself will ensure that they face the consequences of their actions. You don't have to hold on to resentment because that only ties you to them. Instead, let justice unfold in its own way, in its own time. As they experience what it means to be let down, to feel the sting of betrayal, they're learning lessons that they never imagined they'd have to face. And while they go through this journey, remember that it's not about them anymore. It's about you. You've moved past them, grown beyond them. The suffering they left you with, you turned it into a source of strength, a well of resilience that will carry you forward. And every step you take from here is a testament to the strength you've built. While they wrestle with the consequences of their actions, you're free. You're free to live your life without the weight of their betrayal. You're free to become someone they can never touch again. And that, my friends, is the greatest victory. They wanted you to suffer, but instead, you rose. They wanted you broken, but you are whole. And now, they face the suffering that they themselves created. What goes around, comes around. This isn't just a catchy phrase. It's a universal truth that governs the way life works. You can run from your actions, you can hide, you can pretend it will never catch up to you, but it always does. Just as the warmth of the sun shines on us all, the shadow of consequence follows us too. What they did to you wasn't just some random event in the universe. It was a part of a larger plan. Every wrong that was done to you was part of a cycle that couldn't be broken. They thought they could escape the pain they caused, but life had different plans. So while they may have walked away thinking they won, while they thought they could continue without ever paying the price for what they did, know that they are about to face what they sowed. You've been through the fire, they haven't. They haven't yet learned the value of empathy, the importance of kindness, the weight of their words and actions. But one day, they will. They will be forced to reckon with the same feelings of pain and betrayal they once caused you. They will understand that you don't escape unscathed from hurting someone who truly trusted you. They will know what it feels like to walk the path of suffering that they laid for you. But here's the beautiful part. While they are dealing with their own struggles, you'll be living your life in a way they never thought possible. You'll be walking forward, stronger, unshaken. Because what they didn't know, what they underestimated, is that you were never the same person after their betrayal. You grew, you evolved, and you're going to continue to rise, no matter what. Their actions were meant to break you, but instead, they made you stronger than ever. They thought they could destroy you, but they only gave you the tools to build an even greater version of yourself. So, as they face the consequences of their choices, remember that their suffering is not something you should rejoice in. It's not about their pain, it's about your growth. It's about how you have learned to let go of the hurt, how you've learned to forgive, not for their sake, but for yours. You have to let go of the chains they put on you. You have to free yourself from the weight of the past. And when you do, you'll realize that they no longer have any power over you. Let life unfold its justice. Let them feel the weight of their own actions. You've already overcome what they did to you. You've emerged from that darkness into the light. And in the end, that is the true victory. So, hold your head high and walk forward. You've endured, you've survived, and now you're free. Free to live, to love, to experience joy unburdened by the past. Their suffering is their own to bear, and it has nothing to do with you anymore. You are beyond it, beyond them, beyond the pain they caused. What goes around comes around, and life has a way of ensuring that every debt is paid. Let them face their reckoning. You have already faced yours and emerged stronger. Justice has already started its course. And remember, the best part of all, you don't need to lift a finger.